Yeah, I think once I did actually go out on my doorstep in literally just my pants, no top, and just stood there like that. You're early.
Anyway, we're live. Hi, hello YouTube. Welcome to Boropod. Welcome to an unbelievably unprepared Boropod. I've done absolutely no homework because I've had a manic weekend. Nick's been in Germany doing something with sausages. Aaron's just,
and I can be asked.
Aaron's Aaron. That's what happens. But Dean's here.
Yeah, what do you do now, Aaron?
I work in PR. It's quite it's fun. I'm having
public relations.
Yeah, for McDonald's, weirdly enough. I'm really.
Do you?
It's pretty big time. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Oh, that's good.
In the city.
I can't ask you any more about it because we're live.
Oh,
here I am. I was like, Aaron's frozen, and then I realised everybody had. I was like, oh shit. Hey. Anyway, I used to work for McDonald's at head office in East Finchley, and that was weird. Yeah. I used to do when a new bit of tech was sort of proposed for restaurants. I had to test it and have a look at the code and make sure it was all up to standard, and then if it weren't, bounce it back. Which 9 times out of 10, everything got bounced back.
I was down at that office a few weeks ago. Actually, quite nice.
It's weird that they've got there's a proper McDonald's in the office building.
Yeah.
It's only open to like McDonald's staff. You can't just go in off the street into this one. It's for staff only, and they do loads of stuff that's not on the menus elsewhere. And they've got a nice baguette counter and stuff. And yeah, it's really bizarre.
The staff are friendly there.
It's great though.
Do you know the country that I've had the best McDonald's in?
I don't know. For me, it was Turkey.
Oh,
it was fantastic. It was basically a Big Mac, but it was like 4 times the size of the Big Mac you get in the UK. It was colossal and it was wonderful.
Every year at the end of the season, the ROF gents used to go on a tour. It was always someone's birthday, 40, 50, whatever, 30. And we always used to go away. We made an excuse to go. And we went to Hungary. So the best McDonald's I've ever had was in Budapest. Because it was fresh and hot, mainly.
And presumably you got beer with it.
I don't remember.
On the continent, in most of the world, you can get beer in McDonald's.
In Benidorm you definitely do. Oh, baby.
Anyway, should we talk about football for a bit?
I suppose probably should.
Or Dean, have you got some other business you want to introduce?
No, I'm going to throw it in as and when I see fit.
Right. Okay. I both am excited for that and terrified by that in equal measure. Let me find.
I'm just going to wait for Nick to say something silly, then I'll jump in. It won't be long.
You're not going to be waiting long. Right. Stevenage. Mansfield Town 1, Stevenage 1, Saturday afternoon. We lined up with Marshall in goal, Luther, Good, Pidge, and Freeson across the back. Houghton and White in the middle, with Roberts, Kemp, and Patterson being the attacking 3, with Reed up top on his bill. 50-50% possession. Our pass success rate was 67. There's 69. Everything's really, really, really even. We had 9 shots to their 7, 4 on target to their 2. Sounds like I'll be honest, I was really busy this weekend, so I haven't got a Scooby-Doo, so I'm gonna let everybody else do the talking. But it sounds like it was a really, really, really even game, and a 1-1. It's a pretty fair result. Is that fair? Anyone?
I'll start. As I was in the building. First half was rubbish. It was one of them that you wouldn't want to watch it again. And I think they had 55-45 possession-wise first half. They had a lot of the ball, but as per usual, teams that have a lot of the ball just passed it from right back to left back. They had a fair bit of possession in our half, but I wasn't unduly worried at any point. Lewis Freestone should have scored minute 4, I think it was. But when it falls to the right foot of your left back, it's the worst bloke on the pitch for it to fall to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I thought we were all right. We didn't pull up any trees. Jamie weren't in it. We didn't feed him whatsoever. So yeah, it was just that. And I said to Steve just before we went live on mics, I said it can't be any worse second half, and it wasn't. We were really good second half. Harvey, one fell to Harvey on his left peg, didn't it? And he put it high and wide. And you've seen him score from positions like that. Charlie got his goal, which I thought was coming. Our corners were good. Our corners were going to Pidge's head, back in the mix. Someone was on the end of it. Then we had that one just after where the keeper's point blank saved it. Then we had another one where I think Phoenix, it trickled. Luther was at the far post. He tried to get his pelvis on it and put it goalwards, and then it fell to Phoenix. He didn't catch it, and the keeper's picked it up between his legs, and then 20 seconds later, it's in the back of our net.
Yeah. Disappointing sort of goal to concede, especially when you've only just gone ahead, isn't it?
I mean, Harvey took a yellow on the halfway line for a beautiful foul. I just wanted Butler to run out and stick him up in the air, but it was kind of 3-on-1 at that point, and he was edging his bets. And look, if the lad did it another 99 times, he might not hit the target again. And it was he really changed the game for Mansfield, I thought, in an attacking sense. The lad Gardner, I liked him. He passed my 10-minute rule. And yeah, I thought he was great, and he won it a better one. It was a fantastic goal, and then it sort of petered out a little bit after that, I think. So, could we have won it? Yeah. Should we have won it? Yeah. Are you happy with a point? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I say time and time again, if you go away and take a point in every single game of the season, you're laughing, aren't you?
Yeah, I always said that in League Two, win your own games, draw your away games.
Yeah. So it's Mansfield are nowhere near as bad as I think most people thought they were going to be when they came up last season, and they've kept quite a solid core of players. So I don't think they're going to be that safe for the relegation zone. I think they'll be more. I think they'll probably be just about comfortably safe.
Yeah, I mean they made a couple of changes at half time.
March, April.
Blake Tracy, I thought was awful at left back. He came off at half time. Maris came off at half time. Mariah Welsh, the only thing I think he did was take 2 corners for most of the game, and then picked up a yellow card. He was dreadful.
McDonald and Sweeney.
McDonald was good. Sweeney.
He's always good though. McDonald. I don't think I've ever seen him play shit. He's always been solid.
Was all right. Noyle was always a threat, and he down that right hand side. Will Evans, he's not for me. I mean, if that's your threat in League One, then you need something else. And of course, they have the lad Roberts make his debut, Tyler Roberts. Welsh International, my league commentator told me. So, but yeah, he was at Northampton last season, wasn't he? I think. He looks all right. But yeah, they'll be mid-table, bottom,
lower mid, but
lower mid.
Yeah.
But get a point.
I always find it weird when you've got Jordan Bowery wearing number 9 on his shirt and his centre half.
Yes, someone said that.
Everything wrong with that.
William Gallas has got a lot to answer for, hasn't
he? Yeah, number 10. Apparently, he had a good game though, Bowery. I think
he's strong. He's him and Sweeney just bullied them.
He's their pigeon, isn't he?
Jamie Reed. Yeah. As I was you know me, Nate. As soon as the game's over, I'm a gentleman of a certain age. I need to go powder my nose quite quickly. And as I'm walking down the stairs, one of their supporters was going, "We should have signed that Carl Piergiani when we had the chance." I was like, "We never had the chance. What are you on about?" And there's no bigger compliment in football when the away fans walk out the ground and they're talking about your players.
Yeah, it's wonderful, and we've done it for years, talking about other people's players, and it's nice that people sort of going, "Oh, I mean, that Pidge is good, isn't he?" And then, I mean, I've seen a lot of people commenting about Patterson already.
Yeah,
particularly after the pizza car cup thingy.
The Wimbledon game
against Wimbledon. The AFC Wimbledon fans are like, he's fucking mustard him. And
he's a player that
I do think he was great on Saturday, and I love Phoenix. I've really When
I think you're going
to
to get that from a player of his sort of experience and age, aren't you? I mean, he's not like 20s or 24, so you're going to hope that they're going to start becoming those sort of off games are going to be sort of fewer and further between. But he's in League One for a reason. He's in League One because he's not going to be consistent constantly, and that's fine. We have to accept that that's going to happen. But I mean, he'll develop and he'll get more game time in League One. I mean, it's the first time he's played in League One. Somewhat consistently,
didn't he? Fleetwood got relegated, didn't they, with him?
Mm.
Or was he already playing regularly at that point? I'm not sure.
Them in League Two. You know me.
No, we played him in League One. I just can't remember if he played a lot. I know he played against us, and we were like, "Oh, good, he's good."
Yeah,
but I can't remember if he was sort of like only a bit part player. Then I don't remember how much he actually played at that point.
Mm-hmm.
He was at Fleetwood in League One, 22, 23, 23, 24 seasons.
Okay.
But I mean, especially last season, he pretty much played at wing back the entire time.
He did, yeah.
So there's an element of probably him adjusting not only to being further up the pitch,
well, adjusting back to being further up the pitch because naturally he's an attacking.
Well, I saw one or two people say he can't defend, but I commented midway through the first half that he was doing his bit on Saturday. He was getting back. He didn't get the ball at one point, but he put his body between ball and man. And I thought, well, that's
he's good at doubling
fair
up.
Player to be that clued up about it. I thought, well,
I mean, let's be fair. We've had plenty of wingers who won't do that. So even if he's there, putting himself about and being a nuisance, if not being overly effective, that's fine. That's what you need from a winger. Was anyone surprised by the fact that Freestone started over Butler?
Well, they were the two positions, weren't they? Freestone and Phoenix. Everyone was suggesting it was going to be
Butler and Campbell,
Chem and Dan Butler. But having watched Freestone against Wickham, no, I wasn't.
No, he was excellent. He's probably his best game for us, I think.
But Butler, for me, in the games I've seen, has been superb too. So what a nice problem.
Yeah. What a bizarrely nice problem to have. How many times in the past have we had two left backs that we're like?
And I bet there's
not
many of the 92 that could say that about their left backs, is there? I think Lewis is just going to be, Neil Metcalf is a massive fan of Lewis Freestone. He has an unhealthy obsession with him, I would say, for a northern man and a footballer. But he is, you could see from the minute he first stepped on the pitch that he might not be quite ready for it right now, but he will be the next left centre back for Stevenage.
Oh, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. I said right from the day we signed him that it was Project Pidge 2, and I've seen nothing to suggest otherwise. And he definitely plays better as a left-sided centre back than a left back. But he has put a couple of performances in at left back recently that's like, okay, you've not been as bad as you were last season in that spot. We struggled for a long period on that left side with Butler out, and Freestone just looked a little shaky quite often in that position. Yeah, he had a couple of good games, but it didn't. You could tell that it wasn't his preferred or natural position.
And not terrible, because he's always a sort of a 6, isn't he? He's never really a 5 or a 4.
Yeah.
But just come with experience, wouldn't it? You look back at 6 years ago at Lufa when he was 22, 23 at right back, and you could say, oh, well, that and that and that. But you can't really criticise Lufa for very much these days, because it just comes with time and experience, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a perfect example. You know as well as anyone, Dean, I was really critical about Lufa for a long time when he was first here, probably for upwards maybe 3 or 4 seasons even. I was like, he's just not for me. He's just not a player that I like at the moment. And then all of a sudden, just the longevity and the experience kicked in, and I was like, and then suddenly I was like, okay. And I'm so delighted. It's so lovely when a player proves you wrong like that.
And he probably bores the left winger to death with talk of property and Instagram stories. Did you see he did a Q&A this week on his Instagram?
Don't follow him,
yeah.
actually.
Well, you probably did, and you probably unfollowed him.
I may have followed him for a while, but I certainly
He
don't
put,
anymore.
I teased him a little because he put something in there about what terrible digs he'd lived in to save money, la-di-da-di-da. And I thought, that ain't your digs, mate. That picture is not your digs. Because one, Layla would never have lived there, and two, if it is, you're a cheeky bastard. So I put a Q in the Q&A and said, those digs looked horrendous, Luther. How did you possibly put up with living
Oh,
there?
that was you. I saw that.
I made him
Oh, bless
stop
him.
on Saturday as he got off the coach to explain himself. He was like, we'll have a catch up this week, Dino. Okay, all right. Thank you.
Has anybody watched the I can't remember what this bloody called it now. Eli King's little chat with Dan Kemp yet?
I haven't
no.
watched the one with Kemp yet. I watched his intro video. I need to watch the one he's done with. Did it come out Saturday?
It came out. Yeah, this weekend at some point.
Yeah, I do need to watch it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it, and I like that. I mean, it's fantastic that a professional footballer is doing something around like mental health and getting people talking, and then obviously to see Kempy in there, it's they're not. It's not a long video. I think it was 17 minutes or something. But it's definitely worth a watch. So
What's that? YouTube, is it? Or,
it's on YouTube.
Yeah,
I watched it on Instagram, but it probably is on YouTube.
Well, he's got
I'll
bad
put a
injury,
link
hasn't he,
to
right?
it in the description of stuff, and I'll tweet it out later to make sure everyone can see it. But yeah, it's definitely worth having a listen. One thing that's obviously you don't necessarily get that many opportunities to see young sort of youth players or loanees talking very often. They don't do a lot of the sort of media interviews before and after games. So I thought it was really great to see Eli King go and do this because it's important that we talk about it all. But also seeing like how eloquent and well spoken and I guess to a certain point like fearless about just sort of laying it out and talking. It's really wonderful to see somebody doing it. And hopefully he gets loads of people on.
Yeah, and the fact it's not under a production umbrella of someone's paying or supporting it from a kind of production camera.
It's clearly just him and a mate and a camera, right?
It was Jake Young on the cameraman duties for that Kemp interview, and it's stuff. It's like it's raw material. It's not being produced for someone else to churn out.
Yeah,
it's genuinely them just wanting to have a chat, put it out there, and set a platform and a precedent that it's okay to talk about these things. Whether you're a professional footballer or if you're just the bloke that likes to go down the pub kind of thing, like you have the platform and the ability to do it with whoever you're with.
Fair play to him. I mean, he's going to have a lot of free time on his hands now with that injury. It's killed his season, unfortunately. And to choose to do something like that with his free time, a lot of players will just sit back and wonder what the hell I'm meant to do. But he's obviously
sit back and start streaming FIFA, wouldn't they? Most of them.
Yeah, pretty much. But Eli's clearly gone down the route of something he's passionate with, and he's got the time on his hands.
Massive. Honestly, it's wicked, and it's a real
such a lovely life.
It's a real boon for him, and I hope honestly it just goes from strength to strength, and it gets people.
It's a gutter for him because he just got into the first team at Cardiff.
Yeah, he started one game. He started one game for him, and bang, it's crazy. Have we got anything else to say about the Mansfield game?
Right, this wasn't planned, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of controversy in.
Okay.
People are gonna hate me if I do this.
We've got to now.
I love people on Spotify that aren't watching this. Dean's just sat here now. I'm in an R in over whether he says it.
Okay. Jordan Houghton.
Okay.
He's not for me.
Oh, okay. I definitely said the same thing in game one.
Yeah.
He had an absolute stinker.
It was a stinker, but he's not what I expected.
I think he's in every game I've seen him since. He's been incredibly solid, but but quite quiet. He doesn't pop up and do a lot, but he does a lot of the dirty work that you don't get praised for. Obviously levels not the same, but I would liken him to like a Michael Carrick sort of player. Carrick never got any love and praise whilst he was playing for what he did. It was only when he left that people were like, do you know what? He was
do you know what?
good,
I was on the way up here today. I was listening to that the Crouch podcast with Owen Hargreaves. Similar kind of thing.
Yeah.
Milton Keynes Dons. I said to Steve, he ain't going to need 10 minutes next week because he's already passed it. I thought he was great. Blackpool, I'm not going to draw a conclusion on, but what I'm thinking and Neil, again, Comic Neil will tell me, he does the dirty work, he does this, he does that. The thing in the MK game, he just slotted in at right back when Luther went walkies and the ball broke. And he just slotted.
Yeah. He's done that a few times as well when Luther's gone off.
He loses the physical challenge in the middle of the park. He loses the ball, and sometimes he gives the ball away. The best part about his stats on Saturday was he won 3 out of 4 aerial duels. And that's not what you really want him in there for, to win those aerials. And for me, I'm having Phillips and Harvey, and we need to have a look at the lad from West Ham as well.
I certainly want to see
Nick, you are a football aficionado, and I'm just a gobshite. So come on.
I like Houghton. Right, move on. I don't think we've seen the best of him by any stretch of the imagination. In the sense that,
why?
Well, I don't know necessarily. Plymouth were very gutted that he didn't stay on with them after they got relegated.
Yeah, but he might have been an okay player in a really shit side.
Well, maybe, but when you've been at Plymouth for that long in the Championship, you've got something about you. Now, I think there is an element of he does do that dirty work that you just don't really notice. The one thing that I've picked up since watching a few games this season is how much balance he provides for Harvey, in the sense that, especially out of possession, Houghton will take up spaces that someone like Phillips is probably more what like Louis Thompson might do, in terms of take up space, which allows.
I could do that. I could stand in space on a football pitch.
But it's the intelligence to know where to go, and that's what I like about him, because I think I can't remember.
But if you're not winning the ball and you're giving it away,
that I think the in possession is where he can and is better than what we've seen.
I tell you, I'm bloody brilliant at possession. I am.
But I think that's where I say we haven't seen the best of Houghton is his in possession on the ball, but out of possession, I think he does provide a little bit more balance and allows Harvey to get forward a little bit more. I think we've seen more from Harvey White this season, partly because of when he's been paired with Houghton, as much as he's improved leaps and bounds over pre-season.
Rotherham was an example who I spoke to after the game Saturday was well impressed with Harvey.
Yeah,
and went, wow, he's come on leaps and bounds.
I think we came out of last season probably thinking we need someone to be starting more games than Harvey White, because I think he played 50 odd games last year, and I would be surprised if I didn't come across a Borough fan that said that's probably was too many, but injuries kind of led to that scenario. But actually, if you said the same this season with performances he's been putting in, you probably wouldn't complain.
You're starting to sound like Pat, who wanted to give Jamie Reid a rest in August.
But that's where I like Houghton. I agree. His in possession has not been the best.
So his stats on Saturday were 19 out of 25 accurate passes, 33 touches, 4 passes into the final third, 0 out of 1 long balls, 1 out of tackles, 1 out of 3 tackles won, 3 out of 6 ground duels won, and then the 3 out of 4 aerial, and fouls committed 2. And he left himself in a position where Maris had just got a yard in front of him and he fouled him. And it was just poor from me that he'd let Maris get the other side of him to collect the pass and then had to foul him 30, 35 yards out. I didn't think it was...
What did you say his passes was? 19 out of...
76%, 19 out of 25.
76%.
I know, but... He'll get the ball.
It's the situation that he loses it, right?
He'll give it to Harvey. He'll give it to Kempy.
I think that's what his role is.
And I don't want to say it, and I really was like, okay, but I suppose he came in and everyone was like, oh, wow, what have we just signed? And I can't get excited about it.
Yeah, and I do agree with Dean to an extent. Sometimes I do watch him and I'm kind of walking away wanting a little bit more. But at the same time, I think because he's not the sort of player that's going to be flashy and do things that's going to draw attention, I think he kind of goes under the radar in the dirty work. But yeah, I do agree with Dean. Sometimes I'm left wanting a little bit more.
And Revs might tell me off for this, and he might say, "You don't know what you're talking about," which wouldn't be the first time he said that to me. But the problem is, I'm not leaving Harvey out. I'm not. But I love Dan Phillips, and do I want Phillips and Harvey? Does that's two different midfields, isn't it?
Jordan?
It's so different, and I'm not sure that would work either. But I'm not saying leave him out, but I'm just saying he wasn't what I thought he was going to be.
I think Harvey and Phillips can be a difficult centre mid combo to play unless you think you're going to be in charge of basically the entire game,
which we're generally not going to be.
Not because they're not good enough to dominate a game of football against. I'm going to be harsh, a competent midfield, because I think they can. But I also think that both of them want to break forward a lot. And I would worry. I do worry when it's them two in the middle that we're not going to get that kind of cover in wide areas. Harvey White isn't great at sort of dropping into that left back area when Butler goes flying forwards, where Houghton is fantastic. Whatever side you see him playing on, he will cover those spaces really well. And I think that I can appreciate what you're saying about, he does perhaps he gives the ball away a little too often in certain scenarios. It cost us, or it nearly cost us a Blackpool, for instance. And we have seen it a few times, but I think one of the things that a player like Houghton gives you isn't necessarily what he is giving you. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's what he enables others to give you can be huge. And I think he, certainly when he's playing right sides of a midfield two, I feel a lot safer with Luther bombing forward and getting no defensive help from Jordan Roberts.
Yeah,
because Roberts doesn't track back an awful lot, and I'm sort of like, when he does, I'm like, oh, please don't, because I expect him to get a yellow card.
Of the other midfield five, I just had a look at their pass success rate. Kemp, White, and Patterson was all slightly better, and obviously Jordan was 50%. So, you're right. 76%.
Yeah, you expect it from Jordan, right? You expect him to be low on the pass success rate, but
he had 28 passes.
90% of the passes he makes are risky.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
I just thought I'd throw it into the mix.
Fine, fair. I mean, it's filling time, if nothing else, mate.
I don't slag players on. I think he's obviously a good player, and he does that dirty stuff, and he does the off the ball stuff. Nick, you're right. I always like to have a little bit of devil's advocate.
I think it'd be interesting to see what happens with Orford once he's in a position to start getting involved in match day squads, because Orford can play in that 6 role, but I imagine it'll be mostly in home games when we're dominating possession that we would be more comfortable doing like an Orford and a Phillips or an Orford and a White.
I have a question after this. Don't let me forget.
Purely because of how from where at least from views of those that are close to West Ham, he's very much one that dictates tempo, one that looks for those longer balls into our wingers that will essentially sit at the base of a midfield and dictate play. And so you want that in a game that you've got loads of possession. He's probably not going to be up to it physically. And therefore, in those tough away games where we're going to be out of possession and we're going to have to defend a lot more, he probably won't feature as much. And it might be that's where Houghton's back in to do more dirty work, to fill spaces and to make it more difficult to break us down. But equally, you could play Houghton with Orford as well. So it'd be interesting to see how that dynamic works and how he utilises Orford with the midfielders we've got.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that Orford would slip into Harvey White's role as opposed to doing anything else. I mean, you wouldn't play fucking Orford and Harvey White unless you're playing AFC Wimbledon again, I think.
Yeah. I mean, the experience of Houghton being 29 and having played for donkey's years at this level, like there's so much value in that, which I think is why he stayed on the pitch for so long at Blackpool. Otherwise, I think most of us would have expected him to be off at half time. And so, yeah, it's difficult when you haven't got Louis Thompson there as the alternative experience, because Phillips is still relatively young. I think he's 24, 25. So he's not got the EFL experience that Louis and Jordan would bring. So I think that's probably also why we'll see how.
He spent 2 years playing non-league football in Scotland.
But I think that's where we probably will see Houghton more now while Louis out, because he's the experience in that midfield.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Because you are posh, Nick, when it comes to football. We know this.
That is such a stunning statement. You are posh.
Let me tell you about football in the 80s, okay? In the 80s, a goalkeeper wore 1, the right back wore 2, the left back wore 3, the centre backs wore 5 and 6. So what the hell is a number 6 position? It's a centre back. The holding midfielder wore 4. The talisman of the team, Dalglish Keegan, wore 7. 8 was another midfielder. 11 was your wide man. 9 and 10 were your centre forwards. When we used to play
Mansfield with Jordan Bowerino at 9 and centre back.
Yeah, 4-4-2. So a number 6 position, young Nick, is a centre back.
Not in the modern game, Dean.
Yeah, the 4 and 6 seem to have swapped. Or some people still.
Even Stephen, I'm pretty sure Stephen Gerrard wore number 4, didn't he?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, because I tell you who the best number 4 was when I was growing up, because I used to follow Newcastle at the time, was David McCreary. And David McCreary was a little Northern Irish terrier who, if you left your ankle in, he'd snap it off.
These two won't have heard of him.
Look him up.
I'm doing that right now.
He was plenty before my time, but
Jordan Houghton is.
I do know.
Isn't he?
Yeah, I do know of. Yeah.
As the Jaguars.
6 is a holding midfielder.
No, he's a centre back.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Anyway, move on.
Absolutely.
Move on.
I prefer the classic numbering system. Absolutely. I can't be dealing with all these players wearing fucking 44 and 99 and all that.
I mean, Phoenix obviously has a reason for 44, but if you've got a 25-man squad, you should wear 1 to 25. Never mind 70.
Absolutely.
And wear
woke nonsense.
You'd hate Arsenal's midfield when Zubamendi and Rice are playing then. Number 36 and number 41.
Horrible. Absolute shite. Should we do a quiz?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, right. So I wasn't really sure what to do this week. I wanted to do something different. So what I came up with is I've gone and got the Stevenage squad from when we were promoted into the Football League.
Oh, okay.
Hang on, did I? Is that the year? I didn't write the year down, so I can't actually remember what year. It was either that or when we got promoted from League 2. I think it was actually the League 2 2010-2011 season. So yeah, when we were promoted from League 2 to League 1, sorry, not the conference winning side. We had 37 players on the books that season.
Yeah.
We'll go through in turns. We'll go through on turns. I'm going to ask you to name a player. You get a point if you can name the player, and then if you can get their appearances within 5, you get a second. You get a second point. Okay?
Appearances that season.
Just
league or everything?
I'll be honest.
I
didn't check, but one of them. Some of the numbers here are definitely not league.
Okay, fine.
So everything.
Okay.
So let me. So not coming out of the conference.
Not coming out of the conference. It was the league. It was the playoff winning season in League 2. Okay, Dean, as a guest, you can go first. Give me a player.
Well, I'll have, of course, the man that made sure we weren't in that division was John Messina.
John Musino.
He's on my leg.
So, how many appearances did John Musino make that year?
40.
You get a point. 44 appearances. So you were just inside. I tell you what, if you happen to get it on the nose, you get 2 points.
Oh, okay.
All right. We'll go down that route. So let's go alphabetically next. Sorry, Nick. So you're it's Aaron.
Well, I'll get the goalkeeper out of the way. I'll go Chris Day.
Yep, England's number one, certainly.
He's got to have played like. Oh, so all competitions, is it?
All comps.
50.
It's 56. You don't get the bonus, I'm afraid.
I didn't realise it was that much.
Right, Nick.
Laurie Wilson.
Laurie Wilson. Okay, obviously.
How many? He must be fairly close to Moose, so 45.
You just get the bonus point. It was 50.
Say that.
That was close. That was really close. Just to mention, just to help you get to some of the harder players. If they were on a squad, if they were on a team sheet at any point in the season, they are in this list. Okay. So there will be some players with big fat zeros because they were only ever on the bench.
Yeah, I think I know one of them.
Yeah, we all know one of those, certainly.
Are we having substitute appearances?
So it doesn't tell me. So this is just appearances, regardless of it's not starts. This is
okay.
All
right. Well, I'll go. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll go Chris Beardsley then. Chris
Beardsley, certainly.
But I think if it was starts, he'd probably have 20. If it was subs, it was probably 35 or something like that.
So what are you going to go with?
35 then.
You get the bonus point. It was 32.
Oh.
Aaron.
Well, Mark Roberts, and that guy surely did not miss a game. It's got to be 53.
Ooh, better than last one. 52 points. You get the bonus point.
Come on.
Brilliant.
Nick.
John Ashton,
of course.
He can't be far. I don't recall him having many injuries that year, so he can't be that far off of Roberts. So I'm going to go with 51.
You're 6 out. He was 45.
I was going to say, I remember him warming up once in front of us in row F because Mrs. V and Claire were getting very excited when he bent over to touch his toe. He's got a great butt, according to Mrs. Venables.
Dino.
Yeah. Well, if Chris Day played all the games, then Ashley Bays must have played none.
So Ashley Bays is certainly on the list. Are you going with 0? So
I can't remember.
I didn't say Chris Day played all the games.
I think none.
You're correct, none. So you get 2 bonus points for that.
I just always remember thinking, you've got the best job in football. And I just remember, I don't ever remember him playing.
No, he didn't. Not a single appearance. He was on the bench. He was on the bench 46 times.
Ah, fantastic.
Warmed
up about 6 times.
Yeah.
Once on the drum for Mitchell Cole's testimonial game.
Oh, fantastic!
Oh,
yeah,
that's great.
His appearance in the East Terrace will live long in the memory for sure.
Yeah. Scott Laird has got to be in the same sort of ballpark.
Scotty,
I'll go 51.
54.
You're
honing in. You're doing well on those. Nick.
Joel Byram.
Yes, certainly.
35.
12. He didn't play a lot that season.
He didn't come into the side till late, did he?
No. Back to Dean.
Well,
so, hang on. Just to let you know the scores. Nick, you've got 4. Aaron and Dean both on 6.
Where have I lost ones?
Because you keep not getting the bonus point.
Oh yeah.
So you talked about him last week. So let's go Stacey Long.
Stacey Long, yes. How many appearances for Stacey Long?
Maybe half bit more. 21.
Not a bad ballpark. 30.
Probably didn't. Yeah, he probably subbed quite a lot, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he was. Aaron.
For some reason, the name coming to my head is Byron Harrison.
Yeah.
But again, he wasn't like a regular, was he? 20.
23. Nice shout. Nick.
I'm going to go for Rogon because I think I can get the bonus point with it as well. Dino Marmaria was registered and named on the bench, but he would never have played. So
Yeah,
Dino Marmaria.
Yeah, you get the point and the bonus point there. Yeah. So you get 2 bonus points, in fact. Well done. Excellent work on that front. Yeah, he was named on the bench 13 times.
God.
But never played. Then again, you know, if you look at I saw a quiz come up the other day of Teddy. It was like guess the player, and the player was Teddy Sheringham, and Stevenage was listed right at the bottom because he registered himself and put himself on the bench twice.
Oh yeah.
What a twat.
God.
Dean, back to you.
We haven't had Ronnie, have we? Have we done Ronnie?
We haven't had Ronnie, amazingly.
Well, he's got to be 50s as well, hasn't he? So let's go mid. What was Chris, 55?
Chris Day was 56.
A bit less, probably. 52? 52.
52? It was 51.
Oh,
Close, Dino. Close.
I am normally so shit at these games. When we used to have play your cards right in a loop, like it would just be a guess. But this season is just a memorable one.
Yeah. Aaron.
Have we said Bozzy yet? Michael Boswick?
Nobody said Bozzy.
Again, he's got to be up there. He played a lot. I'll just go 50 again.
You're one out again. 51 appearances.
That's me done, though.
See his name, Yemi Odubade?
Yeah. Yemi was about still.
I'm going to go. I think it must be quite low. So I'm going to go with 20.
You get the bonus point. It was 22.
Yemi
22
was
appearances for
the,
young Yemi.
he was the catalyst for the drinks break, was Yemi?
Was he really?
Yeah, he was the one that always used to have to go down on 22 minutes. Always got a bit of cramp, did Yemi? Do you know why I remember this? Is because Mitchell Jones was at the club then, and we did some brilliant content. And we had, was it 2 minutes to win it? And Stacey Long did a sketch with dressed up as an injured player, and Ben May, who was always injured, and did a sketch with Stacey Long as Ben May, and Ben May was as Graham Wesley, but on his knees. So I'm going to go with Ben May, and probably again I'm going to go half, about 23.
I mean, it's a great shout. 22.
He was always injured, Ben May. He was
always
come
injured,
on, score a goal and go off because he was injured. He scored the equaliser in the 3-3 game against
Bury. Yeah. One of the most important goals in Borough history.
Yeah.
The only other thing I remember him doing is getting sent off for headbutting the Tranmere goalkeeper.
See, I don't remember that.
I only remember it because it happened right in front of us because we happened to be in the North Stand Terrace that day because it was a £5 to get in there. So we went there. I also missed our only goal of that game because I was getting a cup of tea. Tragic. Aaron.
See, I'm struggling now. I like to put out the age card when it comes to these sort of seasons because I was still a fetus.
I'll be putting it out soon as well. Don't worry.
Now that we've gone through like the starting 11, I'm like, Jesus.
We've only got one more round after this.
Oh, I know.
I got one more, and I've only got one more that I can think of.
Was Robbie Sinclair there that season?
Robbie Sinclair. We were talking about him Saturday, me and Watkins.
Absolutely.
Remember the beard.
What a lad.
Currently Real Bedford manager.
Yeah.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
I have no idea how many games he played though. I'll just go 25.
Oh, you're 6 out. 31. Okay. So, Nick.
Have we had Darius Charles yet?
We haven't had Darius Charles, no.
No.
This could bring you right back into it. We've got one round left after this, and then enough answers for a tiebreaker if we need it.
I don't feel like he would have played that much this season. He would have done a lot more sub appearances more than anything. So I'm gonna go quite.
What, England's number 9?
I'm gonna go if May has 22, I'm gonna go 28.
You were right on the cusp there. It's 33.
Oh,
You get the bonus point. So, going into the final round, Nick on 11, Aaron on 12, Dean on 12.
that
So
Dino shout has got me right back in it.
So tight. It is so tight. Dino.
I'm going to pull out the bag my favourite footballer's wag.
You've spoken about this one before, haven't you? I think on here even.
Yeah, it was on here. Rebecca Vardy's ex-husband, Luke Foster.
Yes.
Oh,
And again, he must have spent half the time suspended. So I'm going to go with my favourite number of 23.
23 it is. You get the bonus. You get the double bonus. Unbelievable.
There's no way there ain't a bit of Googling going on.
No, I mean, my hands are above the desk.
Oh,
But yeah, Luke Foster.
I'm done, to be honest.
There's a couple of midfielders surely left, Aaron. Come on.
Oh yeah, there's definitely. Look, I can tell you that there are.
We said Bozzy, we said Byron, we said Messinho.
1, 2,
That's in the middle.
3. There are 3 players remaining with over 20 appearances. It's not that many, actually.
But this was the season we beat Newcastle, right?
This is the season we beat Newcastle.
There you go. I've helped you out, Aaron.
Have you? I've got a name. But was he there that season? Because Vincenti, and I don't know his first name.
Peter
Vincenti, that's it.
I will accept Vincenti. That's fine. He's right on the nose. My first favourite Borough player. That
I've got absolutely no idea how many games he played though. I remember the cool name.
I'll give you a fighting chance. Not many.
12.
Nah, I'm sorry. No bonus point for you. That was 5.
What's the points gap between me and Dean?
The points gap between you and Dean is 3.
Right, this is an absolute stab in the dark. I know.
Sorry, actually, no, it's 4. You can't really win.
Oh,
fine.
Go on, give him an extra point for this one. Depends how good it is.
So,
yeah, I'll tell you what. If it's an absolute balling answer, Dean can decide if you get the extra point.
So I've gone the opposite way and thought of what players could have been named but never played, and therefore what youth players we have had at the time.
This was Graham Wesley.
Yeah.
So this is why it's a massive gamble, because I'm trying to think of.
There are 2. I can tell you there are 2 players yet to be mentioned that have 0s. Both the goalkeepers.
Right, so that's ruined my answer then.
There are 3 players with 1 appearance and 4 with 2 appearances.
Oh God!
I remember a player or 2 that we signed in the January, and you think, what has he done signing in? This is a Graham Wesley January.
I'm trying to visualize the kit and someone playing in that kit.
I can see the goalkeeper's face, one of them that you're on about, because there's a massive picture like by the boardroom.
Yeah.
League Two winning. And
yeah, you're right. Yeah, there is. Yeah.
And I can see that young keeper's face, and I've got no idea what his name is.
I mean, I've never heard of either of them.
I can just see his face.
I might just have to tap out. I was so focused on youth players, and now that's just.
I don't think.
What's the point in tapping out? Just shout. Just make a noise. Just say a player from that era. You might get it on the head.
Craig Dobson. I think he'd left by that point.
Yeah, I don't think he was.
Yeah, Dobson was not here at that point.
Yeah.
Can I give you?
I was going to go with Luke Wade Slater, thinking he'd be a young player that would have been on the bench.
Later.
No, later than that.
He was quite recent, and I have got a story about him, mate. I'll tell you one. Just suffice to say, it needed some repairs at the Crom Dog.
Excellent.
Sorry, Dean. I had a row with my girlfriend.
So I'm just going to go through some before
I've got one, and I can only remember his first name, and it's Nazi.
Yeah.
I can't. And he had a brother that played in the Football League, but I can't remember his surname.
Nazi Kuchi.
Kuchi.
Yeah, because it was Shefki Kuchi's brother, right?
Right.
He played once for us.
I'm going through some of me.
Go on.
Joe Welsh.
Yeah, Joe Welch. Yeah.
Welch.
The one I'm picturing.
So I'm going to go through some of the players that didn't play very often, and then the couple that did. So Marvin Williams, a midfielder, 1 appearance. Josh Walker, 2 appearances. Jay O'Shea.
Yeah, came in alone.
Yeah, Jay O'Shea, 7 appearances that season.
Kingstones.
Taiwo Atenio.
Oh, I remember him coming in. Yeah.
One appearance. Lee Boylan, 2 appearances. Luke Daly, 2 appearances. Tim Sills, 2 appearances. Terry Dixon, 3 appearances.
Terry Dixon, bloody hell. Came from Spurs and was about 3 stone overweight. I saw him warm up once, never saw him again.
Chris Holroyd.
Yeah.
12 appearances. Charlie Griffin, no one said. 15 appearances.
I thought he'd left before that.
Craig Reed.
Yeah, Reedy. Loved Reedy.
Reedy, 23 appearances.
David
Bridges, 24 appearances.
My favourite player.
Darren Murphy, 9 appearances.
Oh, I love Murph.
And then the final player that hasn't been mentioned, because that is literally everyone else, is Martin Margerson, another goalkeeper that was on the bench a handful but never played. I'd never heard of him either.
I only recognise the name now you've said it, but I don't know where he came from.
So there you go. Final scores: Nick on 11, Aaron on 12, Dino off to the races with 15.
I don't think I've ever won a game of anything on.
Well, there you go.
You know,
if we had, I might even pump some celebratory music into the.
Stephen Dean name a team from a game that happened years ago, and then play your cards right back in the old days. That Hollis.
Well, I can't remember I can't remember the second game. Was it literally just
play your cards right? He'd do what you've just done, but he'd start you with Stacey Long 30,
and you just got to go higher and lower,
and you'd have to go higher or lower.
I thought it probably was. I just don't remember it happening. I don't.
Yeah.
Hence,
play your cards right.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. Anyway, I've got a slightly. Can I do my quiz now?
Yeah. Double trouble. Here we go. Double.
Nick referred last week to a player that he had an argument on Twitter with.
Yeah.
And I was driving. Where was I when I messaged you? Was I driving when I heard that? I was driving, and I was thinking, "Oh, what a pathetic teenager arguing with people on Twitter." And I got half a mile down the road and went, "Oh, I've done that."
I've done that.
So it is your job to guess the player that I had a public argument with on Twitter.
I would like to say I was probably only about 14 at the time.
Well, I was only about 44.
Okay. What do we need to ask you questions? Or are you going to give us a clue?
He probably played for us the season after the one we've just done.
Can we get the story
the
of
promotion
the
season?
And I think he played in League One. So he didn't play that season we've just been mucking about. He came in the season after.
Lost the season in the middle there somewhere. Yeah, no. So our promotion season. Okay.
Can I ask what the spat was about?
Yes.
Or does that give it away?
He was being jolly after a really terrible defeat. Okay. And I basically went, piss off. Don't be so... We've just lost badly and you're going, oh, it wasn't too bad. It was fucking dreadful. And don't come on here going, oh, it'll all be all right. You know.
Was he fairly young at the time?
IQ-wise, yes. The only thing I'd say is he was a massive fan favourite.
Ben Kennedy.
No, I love Ben Kennedy. I'd never argue with Ben Kennedy. Can I tell you a story? In the Free Counties WhatsApp group, they put a message in. Boys, it's 120 years of Kenilworth Road this month. Can you give us your finest memories of being at the Kenny? So I said, when Ben Kennedy scored in front of the Luton fans and ran the left pitch to celebrate in front of the Oak Road. They never used it. I don't know why.
Oh,
Not Ben Kennedy, but of a similar kind of.
Okay. I was about to say. So when you said he was a fan favourite, were you being facetious?
No, the fans loved him, and I have got no idea why because I never.
And he was with us.
Oh, he's with us for 2 or 3 seasons. He played under Gary Smith as well. This will give it away.
See,
but he
because I've got an idea, but I don't think he was really a fan favourite.
Who you think?
Especially if he played under Gary Smith and then came back. The only player I can think that was a fucking numpty that would be a bit happy on Twitter when we've lost is Bruno Andrade.
No.
I was thinking someone like maybe like Jimmy Dunn.
No.
He was definitely with us the season that we'd been promoted, our first season back in League One.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. If right, here's the next clue. He's most famous for scoring like 5 goals in a pre-season game in Ireland.
I've never heard that.
Was he a striker?
I don't know what he was, if I'm being completely honest.
Presley?
No. His initials are RS.
I don't think he was.
Robin True.
Correct!
Jesus.
Wow.
I was thinking this time we were in League One, not last time.
Sorry. No, it was 2012, 13, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. He was a bit of a fan favourite. I quite liked him.
Clapper.
I think because he liked to have a run at a player and because he wasn't afraid to shoot from distance, people were like, he's good, isn't he?
Yeah.
Regardless of how often he scored or how often he took a man on.
And love Laurie Wilson, but how many of his crosses ended up in the woods behind the goal?
Oh my God. We used to take bets on how many balls he'd lose in a single game.
Oh, man alive. Yeah, Robin Shrew.
Pat loves Robin Shrew. Pat guesses Robin Shrew at least 3 times every quiz.
And then you said something last week, Nick, about a lad that played for us who I had no recollection of, and it was not so long ago. He called Femi.
Femi Akinwande. Yeah.
And you said something about him, like he did. And I will never forget.
He was shite.
I will never, and it just reminded me of something Dino once said to me after a game, an early game. He went to go down the tunnel after his post match. He went, and just remember, you saw Jamie Fielding play in the Football League. Not for long, but we did.
Watch Jack Jebb play in the Football League.
Jamie's doing all right now, though. He's at Ebbsfleet and he's developed into a much better player. And he was a really nice lad, Jamie Fielding. I kind of felt sorry for him because
can't say the same about Jack Jubb, can you?
No, I never really met Jack. Easy for you to say.
I mean, actually, he might be a lovely bloke. He just seemed like a complete colossal dick.
Jamie Fielding was the one that got thrown in the deep end, didn't he? Opening game of the 1920 season under Dino when Luther was
pulled off after 45.
Yeah. But he was like 17 at the time. We'd literally just signed him from non-league. It was like literally feeding him to the Wolves on telly against Salford away or something, weren't it?
He was.
That was a bleak fucking game.
Yeah.
I was in the Isle of Wight that week, but I was like, "Fuck, it's on telly. Let's watch it." So me and my cousin, we'd rushed like across the Isle of Wight to like this butcher. He said it was incredible. He weren't. And then we'd rush back, and rushing anywhere on the Isle of Wight takes at least an hour. And I was like, "Fuck, we're not going to make it back." Like we literally sat down with a beer just as kickoff happened, and I was like, "Why the fuck have we wasted our day rushing around so we can watch this absolute steaming pile of shit?"
Yeah. He's. I follow him on Instagram now. He's worked really hard to get where he is. He was at Tonbridge. I think he was player of the season at Tonbridge last season. He's at Ebbsfleet now. So fair play to him. Fair play to the lad.
Have you had any Twitter spats with players?
No, I'm very sort of professional. I keep it very professional on Twitter, especially the last few years.
He's more posh than Nick.
yeah, very posh.
It wouldn't surprise you that
You've had a few, mate.
The question is more, who haven't you had a spat with?
Well, the interesting one is Greg Tansey. I've got no idea what I said to him to upset him, but he blocked me.
Yeah, but you don't have the claim to fame that you have his mother coming after you.
No, I don't. I used to celebrate Greg Tansey because he won me like 120 quid once.
We went to
he scored a goal from miles out against Tranmere.
That's right. And Greg's mum, when I went after Steve, she went, hey, you've been slagging my boy off. And it was me, of course. And I've gone the
other way. And the other one was Frank Noble. He didn't like.
To be fair, he was a bit of a busy boy on Twitter anyway. So,
who was the lad that played against us recently? Ronan Curtis. This is a claim.
Port Vale.
Ronan Curtis's mum slagged off me and Steve for being homers when he played for Portsmouth, and my Portsmouth supporting mate said, "Here, look at this. She thinks you're all right." And I went, "I don't want alien listeners. Listen to your own football commentary." But
yeah, my claim to fame is, you know why she was stuck with you, don't you? You know why she stuck with you? Because she was watching it on fucking dodgy Fire Stick and didn't have a choice of commentary.
This was before dodgy Fire Sticks. This was definitely before.
But anytime you get pelters on Twitter off of away fans, that's why they're watching. That's why you're getting pelters off them because they're stuck listening to the Fire Stick and they only get the option of the home team.
As Steve says, "Oh well."
yeah, who the fuck cares, honestly?
We've done our job. If we're upsetting away fans, we've done our job.
Get off the pitch, Stevenage. You've done
classic. Absolutely classic.
We got a video of him that was sent to us by another local radio journalist of Barrow fans locking him in a toilet. Commentator.
Could have happened to a nicer bloke, could it?
Oh, brilliant. We had, out of interest, we haven't talked about this, but Lewis Freestone's yellow card on Saturday was an utter disgrace. It wasn't even a foul, never mind a yellow card. Neil Bishop was in the commentary box for Radio Notts. You know, Neil Bishop used to play for County, played for Mansfield, Scarborough.
I spoke to him last season briefly.
Big old centre half. And I was like, I said to him at half time, I went, what are you doing if that's you getting a yellow for that? He went, it's not even a foul, is it? And it was one of them situations Saturday where both sets of fans were booing off Mr. Woods. And we turned the mic off on Saturday and we said to Revs, right, now you can tell us what you really think about the referee. Because he was dreadful, by the way.
I mean, week,
it's almost that you're now coming away from games like quite happy when you have a ref that isn't a fucking
Yeah.
stinker. Like you come away going, can't believe the ref didn't ruin the game today.
Yeah.
Amazing.
He was actually all right.
I can't remember
Yeah.
the last time we had one of those. Maybe
Not this
genuinely,
year.
the last good refereeing performance I can really remember. We must have had games where the ref's been fine since the last Villa away is the last one I can remember where I came away thinking ref actually had a decent game today.
What was the
No
game
idea,
they
no
did?
idea who it was, but there was nothing in that game that I thought they got wrong.
But this is Mr. Woods. He did Blackpool away last season where we had the goal disallowed.
Oh, yeah.
And he did Stockport away last season where we lost 3-0. And yeah, I mean
3-0 was 3-0 flattered us.
Yeah, he was awful, and he lost the plot. And you could see that Revs was building up to. And
he's got a red card coming soon, any Revs.
He's only one away. He's one away from a suspension.
Ban. Yeah, the yellow card he got against Wickham, was, I mean, just
the
insane.
So he was sat down quite a lot Saturday, and Scott was doing the directing. But I don't know if it came out or anything, or if he just told us. But it's too funny not to tell the story, and I'm sure he won't mind. But when he was at Wimbledon, he got booked at Wimbledon, didn't he?
Yeah.
And the Wimbledon fans were singing at him, "You're just a skinny Steve Evans."
Yeah.
I think he's mentioned that in an interview since.
Neil's been right. Neil wrote about it, didn't he?
Right. Yeah. Sometimes I can't remember what he said on mic or off mic, so I have to be careful because I know he tells us things that.
Yeah, you never want to say
not
the
for
wrong
your
thing.
ears sometimes, but yeah. I feel that was brilliant.
Whenever referees come up, I always have to go and check to see where Trevor Kettle's son is these days. he is currently still refereeing in League Two, so you never know. Back end of this season, he might get the odd game.
He will get League One minutes for sure this season, and it will be a fucking joke.
Because something was said in the Three Counties group this week about him, Kettle Jr. Here's 3CR. Just having a quick look.
His last game was last week, Walsall Chesterfield, where he booked 7 players, sent one off for 2 yellows. And then the game before that, he also booked 7 players, Tranmere versus County.
I mean, to be fair, all 4 of those teams, you can believe it of, to be fair. Yeah. They're all proper like teams that love a good route.
Oh, yeah, this was it. Tom Lyons tweeted, "Lovely bit of lower league heritage at the Bescott today. Chesterfield fans chanting, 'You're not fit to referee' at Zach Kennard Kettle. Somewhere in the crowd, Dad Trevor wipes away a proud tear." Talk about the apple not falling far from the tree.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So,
Exeter, Saturday.
Funny outside Exeter, aren't they?
Funny outside Exeter. So they currently sit 16th. 3 wins, 5 losses, 9-4, 9 against. Last 6 is loss, win, loss, loss. Yeah, last season, if we look back to last season, absolutely made us look stupid at their place, didn't they, early on in the year on telly? And then they came down here, and it was the easiest game we had all season. Won 4-1, and that was a game that flattered them. We could have had 6 or 7 in that game, and you wouldn't have gone away thinking, "Oh, how have we done that?"
The season before, our young Jack got sent off, and we still lost, didn't we? Jack Aitchison got sent off.
Yeah, Aitchison got lost.
We just don't have. They're just that side, aren't they? That we just not really playing.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the last 6 against them,
look, they went to Wickham 4-1. They beat Peterborough, so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we beat them 4-1, then they beat us 2-0. They beat us 1-0. We drew against them when Aitchison got sent off. We drew against them in the pizza thingy, but they won on penalties, and we lost 2-1. So it's not a great record against them.
They are a bit of an odd team this year. They really are.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they beat Peterborough 3-0. Beat Wickham out in Wickham 1-0, but they lost away against Northampton.
Look at that head-to-head, though.
Sorry?
We've the head-to-head is play 24. We've won 3.
But our record against Northampton until a couple of years was very similar to
say,
that.
Yeah, Exeter were always up there at playoffs most seasons when we played them in the past, and then recently they've been right near the bottom a lot of the time.
They've lost 2-0 at home to Port Vale, and they've lost 1-0 on the road against Rotherham. Two teams that I don't think anybody's going to be too worried about playing this season.
Well, the teams that they've been teams that like that is where they've chosen the right time to play those teams like Wickham, Peterborough, Blackpool, all have had
pretty shite starts, haven't they, really?
Although they've been convincing wins against them at the right time. So
I think it's one of those games where, I mean, it's becoming a little bit of a trend this season, but I wouldn't be too worried about it. But I think you'll probably see Exeter sort of start bright and start wanting a lot of the ball. They like to have possession a lot. I think you'll see them dominate the possession wise, but I don't think you'll see them create too much in the way of like really good chances. They might have a few sort of half chances here and there. I wouldn't, if we start that back four from Saturday, or or either Freestone or Butler, I wouldn't imagine their front line are going to trouble us too much. Might be 1-0, 0-0 at half time, and then you'd expect second half Revs will have got up them and we'll come away with a 2-0 win.
Yeah, their team isn't that great at all.
No,
really weak in the air.
Aitchison and McGuinness up front, haven't they? And the young lad Cox, who's
I bet Pidge is absolutely shitting himself. Sonny Cox has got bags or had bags of potential, but I wonder whether being at Exeter is kind of holding him back a little bit. He could do with dropping down and playing rather than being a sort of bit part player.
Yeah, I mean,
they got McMillan and Niskanen, haven't they, left and right, and the lad Brearley, who I remember seeing somewhere else. Where's he been? Rochdale, last couple of seasons ago. Yeah,
I mean they're a bit of a weird mixed bag, aren't they? They're not exactly the youngest side. They've got a few oldies in there, but then they've got the likes of him and Cox and Ed Turns are all in their early 20s. Mostly played League Two and then stepping up into League One for the first time in the last couple of years.
And they signed Danny Andrew from newly relegated Cambridge, didn't they? And Andrew couldn't even get in that side week in week.
No. They've got Cardiff. They've got Cardiff at home in the Pizza Cup, the Car Cup, whatever it is, tomorrow. So they'll probably get an absolutely hiding there, and then they've got to come here on Tuesday. So we haven't got a game tomorrow. We haven't got a game midweek, have we? No. So it's it means that it's definitely one we're looking to win and win well. I think it'll be a comfortable win. I think we could I don't want to say too much and do a nick, but I would like to think that we could win it sort of without even being close to our best. I don't think much of Exeter under Caldwell. I think Caldwell is a fine manager for League Two, League One, but I think I don't know. Maybe the combination of Caldwell and the way Exeter have to do business, which is sort of similar in a way to the way we have to do business, might not be the best, might not be a great fit. So, I don't know.
So we were talking about earlier. Yeah, like we were talking about earlier about Mansfield and the point. It's kind of like do your job at home. Taking a point from Mansfield away isn't too bad. But these are the games you need to get those 3 points out of to mean that.
Missing your serious about being in the top 6 or 7, you've got to try and win the games against teams that are in 16th at the time.
Yeah,
you've got no God-given what you can't be saying win. It's a must win because you just undo yourself, don't you? But if you want to do anything of any note, then you need to beat teams that are probably going to finish in the bottom half,
especially at home.
Our home performances this season have suggested that we're finding ways to win, and not necessarily 100% best. I think we can still go into that extra gear. There's still another gear for us to go into. So if we do that against Exeter, there's only one winner really.
And when you say that, Aaron, there were times last season where you looked at the bench and you could go, we could bring him on, but now you can say we can bring him on, or him on, and Even when you
Real
bought, I said to Sweeney after the home game when he came on and he swung that ball in, and it was like, I went, "What was that cross, Sweeney?" He went, "Like Beckham, wasn't it?" But he didn't even get on the pitch on Saturday. So the options are so good, and as Rev said, what was it? They left Jasper at home on the weekend, and they left Malcolm at home at the weekend.
I mean,
Lewis
it's not a surprise of Malcolm, is it?
No, probably
but
not.
a couple of seasons ago, 3 seasons ago, you probably are relying on him off the bench as the alternative option. So, I mean, you look at the subs we brought on Saturday: Butler, Labala, Campbell, Ahadme, Dan Phillips.
Yeah,
that is a ridiculous.
Gas will be wanting to get on from the start, won't he? Gas won't be wanting to sit on the bench, and that's for sure. I mean, he had that chance Saturday, which was point blank, wasn't it? And either side of the keeper, and he ain't getting nothing on it. I mean, what I loved on this morning on Free Counties was Jeff was actually bigging us up, saying that this is a dark horse here. This isn't a flash in the pan. This is going to carry on. And it's so nice post match because they do Watford, then it's us.
Yeah,
and we're ahead of.
It's so nice not being last. So nice not being last.
We were in the car at 20-6 on Saturday.
I mean, that's unheard of. Crikey. Jesus. Right. Let's have a look at what happened in the Football League this week, or at least League One. We don't care about the other divisions, do we? Let's be fair. Of the games that did play, Bradford beat Huddersfield 3-1. Northampton won against Blackpool 1-0. Peterborough did Wickham 2-1. After I think they were losing for quite a lot of that game, weren't they? As well. I may. Who cares? Stockport won, Cardiff 1. Wigan 3, Doncaster 0. Orient 1, Bolton 1. Burton 0, Lincoln 1. Exeter 0, Port Vale 2. Luton 2, Plymouth 3. And they had a man sent off. Mansfield 1, Stevenage 1. Wimbledon 2, Rotherham 1. And Barnsley 3, Reading 2. That leaves the table. We'll go bottom to top because it's tension and shit. Peterborough bottom of the pile on 4 points with -9 goal difference. Blackpool, Burton and Reading make up the rest of the drop zone. Then you've got Vale, Wickham, Rotherham, Plymouth and Exeter up to 16th. Northampton, Orient, Mansfield, Bolton, AFC Wimbledon and Stockport up to 10th. Luton and Wigan are in 9th and 8th. They and Stockport and AFC Wimbledon all on 12 points. Then you've got Lincoln and Huddersfield on 15 points. Doncaster, Stevenage and Barnsley up to 3rd on 16 points. And Bradford and Cardiff top of the pile with 17 points apiece. Worth noting that Cardiff, Barnsley and Stevenage all in the top 8 have games in hand on the others. We're in decent form at the moment. I think win, loss, win, draw. Pretty
Which
good.
of the teams there, boys, are you surprised with, whether it be top or bottom?
Bradford, Barnsley, Stevenage, Doncaster. Four of the top 6. If you'd have looked at 90% of pre-season predictions across the board, none of these 4 would have been in most people's top 6. Obviously, not to say it's gonna last like that, but it's fun, isn't it?
I think
it's fun being at that end of the table.
Yeah, I think Doncaster's the biggest surprise. I thought Bradford would look good.
I think Bradford are more surprising than Doncaster personally. Doncaster were fucking stunning sometimes towards the end of last season. Absolutely incredible. Bradford, they were good, solid, got promoted, but I don't look at any of the business they did in the summer and thought, fuck me, that's a hell of a move.
Oh, see, I looked at their business and thought, yeah, they're going to be pushing top half, but maybe not second in the division at this stage. But Doncaster, I think, well, I had them right near the bottom. I thought they did some all right business, but I wasn't convinced that they were going to.
They're a bit like us, aren't they? They've got momentum. They've got players that have been there last season. Molyneux, Gibson, O'Royden, Maxwell. So they've got they've got that momentum, I suppose. I think they'll be like, I've got a feeling they'll be a bit like Mansfield when everyone was like, oh, last time last year, Mansfield were up top. And I went, I'm not having that. They're going to drop like a stone. And they did. I can't see Doncaster lasting that distance. I mean, the one for me is Blackpool.
Yeah, massively. Brucey's got to be gone soon, surely.
Blackpool and Peterborough. Peterborough less surprising than Blackpool, of course.
Yeah, well, he's just.
I think Reading as well.
Isn't it?
I think Reading. I mean, I know the ownership situation for there has for a long time has been weird and bad, but I mean, last season they put some really good runs of form together, and they looked like they had a sort of cracking little squad. They didn't lose. I mean, they lost a couple of big players, but they didn't lose a fucking ton. So it's weird that they've been so dreadful.
There's rumours of potentially Ainsworth going to Reading if they get rid of Hunt.
Oh, Wickham will like that, wouldn't they?
Gillingham have actually started really well as well.
He might find that difficult to turn down, mightn't he? With
you would, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the owners at Reading now used to own Wickham, right? And they've got fucking absolutely tons of money.
Cohig is the guy, is it Rob Cohig? Because obviously Phil Catchpole, who we know from Wickham, he went to Reading in the summer as their media guy.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be a surprise at all if Ainsworth ends up.
But Ainsworth's getting it right at Gills, isn't he? Max Clark is loving life down there.
The problem is that the amount of money you would imagine they'd throw at him, plus the fact that there's a good squad at Reading that's just being weirdly poorly used. I think.
Well, they employed a rookie, didn't they? Noel Hunt. He's just not got the experience.
Yeah, but so did Huddersfield in Lee Clark, and he's doing all right. Getting found out.
No, the goalie.
Sorry,
Grant. Yeah,
Huddersfield. Right, probably Lee Grant. Yeah.
I thought that was a weird appointment, but Reds can't speak more highly of Grant. He was on his course with him. He said he's brilliant. But I said to Revs, I said, with the squad that they've got, you don't need a manager. Send 11 lads out, and they should win the football match anyway with the quality they've got. And they've still lost 3 out of 8.
I was going to say they got absolutely ruined by Bradford, didn't they?
Yeah.
It properly turned over. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean Brucey or Hunt will be the first to go, I imagine, from the managers. But yeah, that
really?
Squad,
you think Hunt before Ferguson?
Yeah, because I think that Peterborough squad is so dire, you can't blame purely Ferguson. And I don't think there's anyone else that wants that job.
Well, I mean,
who would want to go into Peterborough now?
I'll give you that. No one wants that fucking Peterborough job. Look, but I said a couple of weeks ago in our Boropod chat that Peterborough are the ultimate cyclical team. McAntony sells all their good players before any replacements are ready. Darren Ferguson gets sacked. Peterborough improve a little bit under the new boss and finish mid-table. The manager is given until November. Then they're fired because they didn't start very well. Ferguson returns. The team matures, comes close to promotion, but ultimately falls short. Back to step one. McAntony sells all their good players. Ferguson gets sacked.
We know we know who's going in at Peterborough after his publicity appearance.
Steve Evans, absolutely.
Sports News last week. I'm doing 80 lengths a day. Well, I'm doing 50 to 70 lengths a day. I was like, okay, it's gone down already, Steve, in one interview.
Next week it'll be I'm having 4 strokes a day.
Well, I'm walking up and down the pool 3 or 4 times. Love him, and to some degree, you still miss him. And
he's a character, isn't he?
He looks brilliant. But I'll tell you who else looks brilliant as well, who I saw on the weekend, was Alex MacDonald. And he's been doing some running, so not sure what's happening with him, but we had a nice text chat on the way home on the Saturday, and he was really impressed with us. So that was good to chat to Macca again.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye out for him to see, because he went on the PFA for a bit, didn't he? And then didn't really see anything else come of it.
Yeah, I think he's hanging. I don't know. Will he pull a shirt on again? I'm not.
He's waiting for Evans to get another job.
Yeah, so we'll see. He looks fantastic.
He'll be his right-hand man again, won't he?
He's got the build of Aaron at the moment as Macca, so he's looking great, because he admitted that he had an injury 6 months last season.
To doubt that.
And kind of let himself go a little bit. So he's in fighting shape, but whether he gets another club or not, I'm not sure.
Okay, right. This coming weekend, Blackpool are at Barnsley, Bolton are at Wigan, Lincoln are at Luton in the early kickoffs. Then you've got Plymouth, Peterborough, Port Vale, Mansfield, Reading, Orient, Rotherham, Stockport, Stevenage, Exeter, Wycombe, Northampton, Cardiff, Bradford, Doncaster, AFC Wimbledon, and Huddersfield versus Burton. Absolutely. I mean, it's League One. There aren't any interesting games at this level, are there, really? Unless you're involved in it. So, yeah, right. Let's have some predictions from you lot for Saturday, please. Nick, I'll start with you.
Because I don't like to jinx these things. 4-0 Stevenage.
Bold.
I think I said 6-0 for one of the last games. So,
and we lost.
No, we didn't lose. I think. What game was it? It was hard. Yeah, it was hard. Okay, yeah, we did. It was Huddersfield, but yeah, 4-0 Stevenage.
Aaron,
business as usual. 1-0 win. Take it.
Dean.
I think it'll be Lincoln 2, Luton 0. Oh, do you want the Stevenage prediction?
I mean, I'm happy with that prediction, but we'll take Stevenage, please.
My Luton supporting family are a lot more communicative with me at the moment because they seem to be getting in their excuses very early ahead of October 4th. So I'm enjoying it thus far.
How many goals for James Collins though?
They
getting both.
All they keep telling me is that they're rubbish, and even when they win, they're rubbish. And
is it?
They were more interested in finding out if they were getting more tickets for the game. I went, this isn't the National League. I went, you'll get what you're given. You'll get 1,300, and you'll be happy with that.
Is October the home game? I can't remember.
Yeah.
It is. Okay. I'm going to do your Luton away again, aren't I?
And then we're going to win 2-0 as well.
Yeah, I say 2-0. I think much like Aaron said, business as usual, but Exeter are really shit, so 2-0. Cool. All right, boys. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, Dean. Thanks as ever for coming on. You, I like how much you help us fill the time with your stories. It's wonderful.
You can mention any player 15 years.
I need to catch up with Luther.
Story.
And obviously everybody. Oh, Nick, do your YouTube thing.
Oh, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff.
Yeah, we fulfilled the brief this week. Thank you, everybody. Have a good week. We'll see you next week. Ta-ta. Up the borough.
Woo!
There it is. Right. We are no longer live on YouTube, Dean.